Hey everyone, welcome to Buick Outdoors. If you're around here, my name is Sheldon Marion, and today I'm joined by my dogs. I got Rocky Boy there, we got Texas, and little Miss Daisy over there. And today, seeing how it's such a beautiful day out, we're going to come out to one of the many campsites that we have around here out in the woods. We're going to go do some camping. So if you're not from the north and you're kind of wondering, it doesn't really look like a campsite or a campground, because it's not. This is just a random little clearing on the side of a big pipeline that people put a little fire ring there, and there's enough spot there, enough space there to set up a tent or whatever and spend the night. So like this here is a great big pipeline. People say how dangerous they are and yada yada whatever. Right now I'm standing on top of like a 24-inch line that's probably 12 feet underneath us, and you can see you got grass, you got trees, you got trails. No, you got squirrels. So yeah, we're not in a campsite, we're not in a campground, we're just in a little dip in the trees here. And this is how a good majority of people in the north go camping. We do have lots of campsites and all that stuff and campgrounds, but for the most part, guys like me, we find spots like this and it's perfect. Nobody's out here, it's me and the dogs. The dogs can run around, you can kind of do whatever you want. And yeah, we need to go get firewood. You fire up your saw and pretty well find a dead tree like right there and you get your firewood. But right now what we're going to be doing is I'm going to pull my tent out and we're going to get that all set up, and then we'll have to go and get some firewood so we can cook some supper. There we go. Tent is all done. Just gotta put the bags down the corners, throw our sleeping bag in, and then we are good to go. Alrighty, let's go get some firewood and have a fire and cook up some supper. Well, we were able to find a little bit of firewood here. There's quite a few little deadfalls just kind of laying around here. So I don't gotta cut any trees down, they're already down. Just gotta buck them up and then throw them in the truck. Well, that wasn't so bad. Went out, cut some firewood, came back, unloaded it all, and then I had to clean up the fire pit here a little bit. There's a bunch of twisted tea cans and garbage and stuff in here, so I cleaned that all up and kind of prettied it up. But yeah, one thing I did before coming out here was I swung by my post office. I checked the mail. Plus, flyer day. I had to get my new Canadian Tire flyer. I'll keep that tradition alive. Yeah, something about Canadian Tire flyers, their paper, it's like spot on. Works every time. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to get a fire going here. All this sticks and boards and stuff, we'll probably just burn that down. And then I'll split up some wood and get that going again. And then that way we can cook over the fire with a nice clean fire. Because whatever's in here, I probably missed a can or some garbage or somebody peed on it or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I think what we'll do, I'll burn up all these sticks that I grabbed. And yeah, once that's all burnt up, we can use some real firewood. But let's get this thing going. Start off a bunch of these small little gaffers. Plus we're going to be cheating a little bit with the newspaper. And this stuff here, yeah, most of it is just dry pine branches. And they usually go up not quite as fast and as good as poplar, but it's still pretty good stuff. Especially when you got like this little bits of green stuff on here, like the old man's beard and stuff. That stuff, it's borderline flammable. And the dogs, they're out running around somewhere. Rocky and Texas, they usually stick pretty close. Daisy, she kind of takes off quite a bit, but she eventually comes back. Once in a while I gotta hop into the truck and go find her, but whatever. She's a little adventurous type dog. She's kind of weird too because she's so big, but she just disappears in a blink of an eye. Yeah, that might be enough. Save the rest of our Canadian Tire flyer for maybe tomorrow. I hope you guys get a kick out of that as much as I do. I love it. Get a little bit more of this small stuff on there. And then we should be able to just light her up and see if she goes or not. Then I'll probably just keep stacking stuff on as it burns too. Hey Daisy, we're just talking about you, baby. Well, she might go. Looks like the sticks are starting to kind of snap, crackle, and pop. Maybe I'll start putting a couple of bigger ones on there. See what happens here. Gonna go good. Yeah, and like I said, we'll get this going here. We got all this other old wood and sticks and whatever else is underneath here. So we'll burn this stuff all up, and then we'll get down to some nice hot coals, and then we'll have a nice clean fire to cook our food on. I still got a steak and some green beans that Shelby packed me up there yesterday. So yeah, we'll cook that up tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be pretty good. Well, we got the fire going here, and it's pretty well dying down. You can see everything that was in there. It's all kind of burnt away now, but there's just a little bit left to go. But while we're waiting for that, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab these green beans out of here, because they're gonna take a few minutes to cook. So we got the little tin here, some green beans. Shelby put in some butter. It looked like some salt, pepper, maybe garlic powder. So we'll take these. We'll find a nice little hot spot here, and I've already moved some coals here. Just use my stick, kind of pulled some coals out of there and let them cool down. If they're still red with little things like this, you know, when you put this directly on it, it'll just scorch that bottom, and it pretty well just burn the crap out of it. So with that, hopefully we don't burn it, but here goes nothing. We'll take that, and it's really hot down there, and I put it up against the little rock there, so a little bit of air kind of flows underneath it. I don't know if it's going to help or not, but whatever. It is what it is. That's what we're going to go with for now. And now we're just going to wait till this fire burns down a little bit more. Probably go another 20-30 minutes kind of a thing, and then we'll stoke it back up, get a nice fire going on there. And I brought my cooking tripod. So this thing here, buy them at Canadian Tire. There's a bunch on like Amazon. Maybe I can put a link in the description there for an Amazon one. And they're fairly cheap, and they work just flawlessly. I don't know how many things I've cooked over this thing, but yeah, even the cheap ones work extremely well. This one's a little bit more heavy duty, but it's also like 3 times the price. But it is what it is. If you ever get one, they're awesome. I use it all the time, and especially when it comes to cooking like meat over the fire, pretty hard to beat. But yeah, we're gonna let this burn down a little bit more, and then we'll get to cooking our steak. Okay, pretty well got everything burnt down here now. We have a couple of little sticks there, but I'm just gonna kick those off to the side, and we'll get this going. There we go. Do something like that. Then I'll grab my little tripod, and hopefully it gets in here. It might be a little off center, but we'll make it work. See this one over there. There, something like that. That might actually work. Pull my little pin, drop that down. There we go. Now we'll let that get nice and hot. Might have to move my little pan here. Give that a little twist. There. Doesn't feel like these are overly too hot yet, so I might have to put these up on the rack, but for now maybe I'll just move them a little closer to the fire here. There, we'll put them there. See how that works. And yeah, once this gets nice and hot, I'll grab my steak and we'll throw it on there. So I have my steak here, and we're gonna be doing a very simple seasoning on it. It's just garlic powder, black pepper, and salt. At home, in a little mason jar, I got the same concoction I use for all my steaks, except I use it's like coarse Vancouver Island salt. It's water that's made from seawater, and it's like real thick. It's pretty much like finishing salt kind of a thing. And with that, I make it where it's like an inch of garlic powder, an inch of black pepper, and then like maybe half an inch of that salt. And it's, oh man, I put on burgers, steaks, ribs, chicken. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just It's awesome stuff. And if you have somebody who doesn't like pepper all that much, just kind of split the pepper in half. So instead of an inch of pepper, it's like an inch of, or a half inch of pepper instead of 1 inch. And that way it's pretty good. And then my salt. And salt, like, I'll put on fairly heavy right now, just because what his main job right now is doing is pulling some of the moisture out. And then the moisture kind of comes in contact with this, with like your garlic and your pepper seasoning. And then as the steak will kind of like suck that moisture back in. So when you, in a sense, you sort of season like the center of your steak. And then with this salt too, as soon as you go onto the fire, it kind of burns off that first, like a good portion of it. If you salt your meat and then you leave it overnight, that's a little bit of a different story, because what will happen is it'll pull all that moisture out and then the moisture goes back in, but it's almost like a saline solution where it's like salt water going into your meat, like a brine, I guess I should say. And yeah, then that'll make your steak a bit salty. But when we're doing it this way, I don't know, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. And really, I'm not a chef or a professional cook at all. I'm just saying what I've heard a couple of times. So like, there's a very good chance I am dead wrong, but I'm going with it. Plus, I've also experimented with food a lot. You know, I've salted meat, like heavily salted, threw it onto a really hot fire like this, or over charcoal or something like that. And then at the end, you have to put on some finishing salt because it's just not salty. But yeah, we're gonna put this here. We're gonna let this just kind of sit for a bit. Hopefully the dogs don't get into it. And yeah, I'll check on our grate. And I'll probably have to put some more wood on that fire just to get it nice and like good and hot. I want to kind of somewhat sear this, and then yeah, we'll get to cooking. Alrighty, well, I didn't really have to put on any more wood. I just kind of rearranged it a little bit. Put these up a little closer to the edge here, because this right here, this is where we're going to be cooking. Oh, and it is very hot. So let's see if we throw this on here. There we go. Now pretty well just let it cook. I'll probably flip it every few minutes or whatever, but yeah, part of campfire cooking is it changes every time you do it. How high this is, how hot your fire is, the type of wood, yada yada, whatever. And then also like the temperature outside, the moisture, like when it comes to campfire cooking, you just gotta be satisfied with how it comes out. And like, this isn't a barbecue, you know, there's nothing, it's somewhat controlled, but for the most part, you're just kind of, you wing it almost every time. So if you're new to campfire cooking and it doesn't turn out like at all, don't sweat it. I've cooked on a campfire 1,000 times before, and I still ruin things, like, not often, but it's prone to happen. Like those green beans, I have no idea if they're burning inside or not. I just keep twisting them, and I don't know, they might turn out. But that's all part of the fun. But anyways, we're gonna let this cook for, oh, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll flip it, do another 4 or 5 minutes, flip it, you know, whatever. Kind of depends on how hot it gets, but yeah, we'll see. Well, I think it's time to turn it. It's starting to look pretty brown on one side there. Look at that. That's beautiful. This side's, there's some charring, really nice color. And then this side here, it's almost, I wouldn't say raw, but you definitely want to cook on that little corner there a few more minutes. But like I said, campfire cooking, a lot of times what will happen is I kind of give this a spin to try to keep it going, but whatever. we'll just, next time we flip it, we'll flip it over where this side is on the hotter side, which is over here. And yeah, we'll just go with the punches. So far it's turning good. You can see the fat cap there. It's kind of starting to render out lots. You can see it dripping down onto the fire constantly. So like, oh, this is gonna be real good. And that little charring there, nothing but flavor. It's not, I mean, it's kind of burnt, but it's a good burn. But yeah, we'll cook on this side for probably about 5 minutes or so, and then flip it back again for whatever, 2-3 minutes kind of thing, and then we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, alright, that's one flip. Now we gotta wait for the next. Well, this thing's starting to sizzle pretty good. I grabbed my green beans, I picked them up off the coals and I threw them up here. It's slightly warmer there. Oh man, this is just beautiful. Turn it to that side, maybe over like that. We'll cook it on this side, I don't know, about 2 minutes. This side, 2 minutes on the other side, just kind of finish it off. Then we'll grab the plate and we'll throw it on the plate and we'll let it sit and kind of rest for about 5 minutes or so. In the meantime, we'll get the dogs all fed up. And yeah, we're it's close to eating this steak. I'm excited to see it, and hopefully you are too. We'll see. We'll see if I still got it. Well, the dogs are eating. So let's give this a flip. Oop, almost lost her. Oh yeah. You know what? I think that's gonna be good enough. I don't think we're gonna cook the other side. We'll just kind of go with that. See how it is. So yeah, I'll grab my plate. I wonder if I should. It's pretty hot. I kind of want to open these up. Ooh, just to see. These are Leatherman. Hopefully they're not burnt. The paper is burnt a little, but it's kind of expected. Oh, look at that. They're beautiful. So I'll take these, I'll put them on there just to stay warm. Take this, throw that to the side for now, if I burn that later. And yeah, I'm gonna grab my plate so we can rest the steak. Mix up those beans. They look great. And yeah, dogs are eating, so we'll be eating here within a couple minutes. Well, I would say this is a meal fit for a king. Look at that. Perfectly cooked, nice, beautiful green beans. Oh, this is gonna be just delicious, and it's all cooked over the fire. And like I said, if you're new to cooking on fire, don't expect this. I mean, that, to be honest with you, that's half luck, half knowing what I'm doing. But I mean, like, man, this is like spot on, perfect. But I'm gonna cut into this sucker now, and I'm gonna see how it tastes. Alrighty, got the old buck knife out. Let's see. Oh, it's about medium, a little overcooked, but I'm not gonna complain. That is delicious. Like I said about the salt though, we put a bunch on it before we cooked it, but then that fire, you know, it just kind of like, it almost like burns it off a little bit. Try this next slice. Oh man. You know, I think there's a reason why fancy restaurants, they have all their stuff like cooked over fire and hardwood and yada yada whatever, because like the flavor that comes out of this compared to like cooking it on like a frying pan or a barbecue, it's just superb. Like, you get a nice smoky flavor to it. You kind of taste I don't want to say you taste the wood, but in a way you kind of do. And man, it's good. Those green beans, I lucked out on them too. They're almost like, they're kind of like half cooked. When you bite into them, like there's a little bit of a crunch to them, but they still kind of fall apart almost. They're not overcooked where they're like mushy. It's like this is one of the better meals I've made over the fire in quite a long time. And to top it off, when I'm all done, I have a can of peaches. So that'll be enjoyed sitting around the fire with the dogs. But yeah, I'm gonna eat my supper, and then after that, I'll tie into my peaches and we'll sit around the fire with the dogs. Oh man, that was some good. But we have to give a little treat to the dogs. This one here's for Texas. Good. This one's for Rocky. Good. This one's for Daisy. Something I've been kind of messing around with lately. Just kind of, when it comes to giving them treats, I call their name before they're allowed to bite it. And it seems to work pretty good. But now I think it's time to sit back, relax, enjoy some canned peaches, and sit by the fire for a little bit. Also, one thing I want to mention to you guys, if you do get one of these things, when you're done cooking with it, you want to put it away somewhere where people don't run into it. Your dogs aren't going to run into it, or your kids, or whatever. The best place that I found to keep it is right where it's at, right above the fire. If you have a fire that's bigger than that, I mean, you got one heck of a fire going. But for the most part, if you're out here just like we are, camping with a simple fire going, just raise it up and just leave it there overnight, and then that way it's nice and cold, it's out of the way, and yeah, come morning time you can put it away. So yeah, my little PSA. Well, we've had one heck of a good supper. That steak was just fantastic. Then the beans were nice and cooked, and then afterwards, me and the dogs, we shared a can of peaches. So yeah, now we're just sitting back, relaxing by the fire, letting it slowly die down. We got a couple more pieces of wood, and you know, the sun, it's gone over Portage Mountain there now. So yeah, we're slowly losing daylight, and it'll be time to go to bed here in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, kind of a thing. And before we do, I just want to promote my own stuff for once. You know, I'm terrible at promoting my own stuff. The shirt that I've been wearing today has a picture of Rocky on there. Basically, I made a logo with Rocky, just as something to help out local animal shelters. Basically, any profits I make off of anything with Rocky's logo on it, I'm going to donate that to a local animal shelter. You know, one of the best dogs in the world, well, several now that I've had, they've come from animal shelters. So I definitely want to help those guys out, especially right now. Like, almost all of them are over capacity, no food for like the bare minimum stuff, and yeah, you know, they need some help. So I'm hoping I'm able to help them out. And then also things like this sweater. I mean, this one, it's seen some wear now, but I mean, it's still going strong. I think I've had this for, I want to say, about 4 years. And it's just the regular old Buick Outdoors logo with the compass. You know, it's nothing fancy, but you know, like this stuff, it actually does hold up pretty good. Like I said, I've had this for, I believe it's 4 years or so, and it's still going strong. It's one of my favorite hoodies. So if you guys want to help out the channel in any way, or possibly help out a animal shelter, you know, you can buy our merchandise. If it's just this Buick Outdoors or the Follow Your Compass stuff, that money just goes to me, and then that way I can, you know, afford to buy new cameras, new batteries, put gas in the truck, whatever. You know, I'm not trying to make $1 million doing this. You know, I just want to be kind of comfortable or sustain it, kind of a thing. And then also, if you want to help out a animal shelter, buy anything with Rocky's logo on it. It doesn't matter if it's a water bottle, cup, dog bandana, t-shirt, what else I got, sweaters, hoodies, like anything. And I mean anything with Rocky's logo on it. That'll all be going to a animal shelter. Unfortunately right now, because I'm such a small guy on YouTube, I mean, I think I've made 4 or 5 sales so far since starting that, and like with every sale I only get like around 50 cents to $2 per sale kind of thing for profit. So unfortunately right now it's not that, it's not that much, but hopefully in the future, who knows, maybe one day I'll make it big on this whole YouTube journey, and maybe then I can donate like $10,000 a year or more to animal shelters. Because I mean, like, really, if I'm making $10,000 on merchandise, I think I'm doing pretty good. I can afford to give that money away to something that's worthwhile. Also, there's the Get Kids Fishing program stuff on there as well, and all of those proceeds are going to my fishing program that I have here in Hudson Hope. What it is, it's a fishing program that allows you to come out, and if you don't have any money, you can essentially rent a fishing rod and tackle for the day or for 2 days, whatever. You just sign it out, you give us a $20 deposit, and then once you bring the equipment back and it's in good condition, we give you your $20 back, and then your name also gets put into a draw for your choice of a sporting goods store for a $100 gift card. And then that way, if you enjoy fishing and you want to continue doing it, $100 is not going to get you the best equipment, but it'll be enough to get your own rod and reel and a few hooks, and get you started on the right track of getting outdoors and going fishing. So yeah, if you want to support that, again, merchandise, or become a member of this channel, or do a super chat when I do a live feed, if I end up doing that kind of a thing. And yeah, a little bit of help goes a long ways. And I'm not doing this to get rich by any means, but the little bit of money that I do make off this channel, I want to say I've almost given it all back to programs and sponsorships and fishing programs and fishing derbies, stuff like that. So it definitely does go a long ways, and we are helping a lot of people out. I'm also getting near the end of writing my first book, and it's just a collection of hunting stories about spending pretty well September in the mountains. And yeah, I think it'll be a half decent read if you're into reading hunting stories. And if you are, I'll let everybody know when that's all available. I think what I'm going to do is put it onto Amazon, so then you can do like a soft cover, hard cover, and then I also want to do an ebook for that as well. But there's a whole process to that, but I'll keep you guys all informed and updated for that. And yeah, other than that, guys, we're basically sitting around the fire, watching the sun go down, watching the flames flicker in the flames there, and yeah, pretty soon we'll be heading into the tent and going to bed for the night. And then who knows what we'll be up to tomorrow. This is 2 days in a row that we've gone camping, and tomorrow the weather's supposed to be pretty nice too. So who knows, we might go again tomorrow. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys get out and go camping, even something simple like this. You don't need anything fancy. You need a tent, a sleeping bag, and a way to get there. Even if you don't have a vehicle, but you have a tent. When I was a kid, I used to tent in my backyard all the time, have a little fire in the yard, and like it was amazing. It was great. Wasn't quite as nice as this, but it still got you outside, breathing some fresh air, and yeah, got you away from the electronics and all that good stuff. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what you're doing. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.